apparently your dream job outside of tennis is to be a detective.
It is.
Yeah.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Really?
Tell us why first.
Why? I've just always been, I mean, I'm not a weirdo, but I've always been fascinated by crime. I did a 1-year course a couple of years ago, Open University in criminology.
Did you?
And yeah, like just, I feel like if I wasn't a tennis player, I'd need something to come in for the sort of the rush and the, not that it's nice business, but
That's
I think
cool.
it's interesting.
Who would you want as a partner if you were a detective? Let's take the field at UTS, the grand final. Who's your little detective?
I reckon Rublev would be quite funny to be a detective with. He'd definitely keep his cards close to his chest, and he's got something about him. So yeah, I'd say Rublev.
Not the rebel.
Not the rebel. He'd maybe be the guy I'm investigating.
Yes, that's so
That's
true.
a good one. Now in UTS there are some rules. You only get one serve every point, and there's only 15 seconds between each point.
Right.
What do you make of those two rules?
Ooh, on the first rule of the serve, I'm not sure if that's a good thing for me because my serve's one of my weapons, so often my first serve doesn't go in, so I have to use my second as well. And then I would say for the second rule, I just hope we don't play many long points because that's going to be physically quite tough. But I think speeding up tennis is a good idea.
You would have heard of the bonus card as well. Next point counts for 3, so you get the card for every quarter.
Yeah.
Success rate is around 50% on average.
Yeah.
Most players take it on the return. What will you do you think?
I think I'll just use it on the ag court when I serve and volley wide. Just it's 50-50 chance. Maybe in a rally, who knows? It depends how the match is going, I think. You know, if you feel like you're comfortable in the points from the baseline, then maybe, but I kind of feel like it's such a tight point. You know, if there's 3 on it, then it's better that you just get the point over with.
The part of UTS that we love the most, between quarters, we get to interview both players.
Oh,
We've
no.
had Diego Schwartzman singing, Wu Yibing as well, dancing away. And then last tournament, Andrei Rublev, he offered to take Benoit Paire to the hospital after the match. It was that hard for him. So take us into your mind during a match. What are you going to be like to speak to?
I don't know. I mean, it depends what kind of questions you're asking.
Well, would you, for instance, do karaoke? Like maybe 500 miles? You've done that in a car journey before, haven't you? With a certain Andy Murray?
Yeah, that's true. I'd have to be in a good mood. I'd have to be winning. But nah, I mean, either way, I think it's a good opportunity for the players to show their personality because we don't often get to do that. So I'm sure I'll be up for most things.
That car journey with Andy, he did actually rate your music quite highly, didn't he?
He did. I think, I forgot what he said. I think he said he'd give me a 7 out of 10. And for someone like Andy, who's quite a perfectionist, you know, that was pretty good going, I reckon.
Okay, now onto your nickname, the Power.
Yes.
Can you tell us where the Power came from?
It's linked to Phil the Power Taylor, who is a famous darts player, one of the greatest of all time. He came on to the theme tune of The Power.
Go again?
No.
He's doing karaoke.
No, I can't do it. Anyway, he came on to a really famous song, and his obviously nickname is The Power, and I think just linked to my game style as well. You know, I think that I have a pretty big serve and powerful ground stroke, so it just linked, and I couldn't really think of any others, to be honest.
I've got the power.
That's the one. I got the power.
We got him a little bit there.
Don't say that.
Yeah, it's going on socials for sure.
Well, speaking of inspiration, we asked the followers on Instagram at UTS Tour to throw in some potential nicknames for you.
Yes.
So we want your honest opinion on the following. Jenny,
Yeah, we're going to run through quite a few. Okay, so Jack in the service box.
It's terrible.
I quite like that one.
Nah, it's absolutely terrible.
This is like fast food.
That's terrible.
I don't think you'll like this one either. Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I mean it's a good name, but I mean the context behind it is pretty sinister.
Dr. Dra. Dr. Dre.
I think, yeah. I didn't get that. I mean, obviously Dr. Dre, Dr. Dra, Jack the Drop. Nah, not doing it for me, I'm afraid.
I'm Sniper. Jack Sniper.
Jack the Sniper.
Sort of a Bond type name.
Yeah, I'm not quite feeling that one either. Yeah.
Well, I don't think. Well, you might feel this one, but the next one that takes me on quite nicely too. Someone actually just wanted you to keep your own name, Jack Draper, because it was a kind of cool name, like Bond-esque, like James Bond, Jack Draper.
People do say often like, "Oh, I like your name, Jack Draper." A lot of foreign people as well say
Do
to
they?
me, "I love your name. Your name's amazing."
The Jackanaut.
a good one, but
It's not the
I
power.
want something that goes with Draper.
He's loyal to the power.
I want something that goes with Draper, you know?
Okay, so then...
Jack the something Draper, I think.
Okay, so the jackhammer.
I
I actually thought the jackhammer was quite good.
Yeah, I like that one. Just Jack won't work.
It's kind of funny, yeah. I want a name that's like, it's good, but it's also, you know, I'm ready to come and play.
Big D.
Big D. It's a shame because I don't have one. Sorry.
He's at UTS now. He's allowed to say that.
We don't give you a code violation for that.
No.
That's what it means, though, right? Or not?
Well, I'm assuming.
It wasn't
Jackpot.
us.
You hit the jackpot with Jack's. I'm not going to say it. The jackpot. What do you think?
I like that one. That was in contention.
Union Jack. Do you know who came up with that?
You did.
This guy right here.
The WhatsApp
I
chat.
definitely don't like it then.
Thank you, Jack.
That's good. I like Union Jack.
We've got a lot of French influence, obviously, with Monfils and
Yes.
Paire.
We
Le
would.
Lefty.
The lefty.
Le Lefty.
I quite like that as well. Have we got any other lefties?
I don't think we do in this field, no.
No.
I like that, yeah.
Is that an advantage for you?
I think being a lefty is always an advantage, however you look at it, because there's less of us. But put it this way, I don't like playing lefties. So
Okay.
This next one, 500 miles, someone put in, and I promise you it wasn't me.
that's the nickname.
Yeah,
No,
500
definitely not. Definitely not.
I've
That's
got
Scottish. Yeah.
JD and Coke.
Not good for my brand, I'm afraid. It's a very unhealthy drink. Obviously, as an athlete, I don't go anywhere near sugar
Add
or
sugar.
alcohol, any of that stuff.
We believe you.
Yeah.
Next one, I quite like this. Straight out of Surrey.
Yeah. Although Surrey's obviously a nice place, so it's like, it's not like I'm straight out of somewhere bad, you know. It's like,
Straight out of.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, it's a good one as well, I suppose.
I love
Jack
it.
straight out of Surrey Draper. I'm not sure about that. The power. I'm going for the power. Like, stop convincing me to.
I know. Let's talk about your opponents.
Yeah.
You're in Group B at the grand final. So Holger Rune, Alexander Bublik and Gael Monfils. How would you summarise Group B there?
I think just exciting. Like, Holger's obviously an unbelievable young player, achieved so much already, top 10 in the world. Really exciting to watch play. Definitely got something about him. I think my match against him will definitely be some hard hitting. I think there'll be a lot of long points, I imagine, and I just think it'll be a good battle. And obviously that's the same for Monfils and Bublik. They're both real characters on the tennis court. Love to be showmen, and I think there's going to be a lot of flair. There's going to be a lot of just really a lot of fun, you know, to watch us all play. And I think our game styles match pretty well as well. So hopefully there'll be some good tennis.
You do get to avoid Group A in
Oh, yeah.
at least. Benoit Paire, Diego Schwartzman, Andre Rublev and Casper Ruud. Only 2 qualify from each group. Who would you pick from those 4 to qualify for the semi-finals?
Because he won last time in Frankfurt, I'd say Rublev is going to qualify, and Ruud.
We'll share that with Benoit and Diego.
Yeah, don't.
So every other player in the field group from both groups has played UTS before. Now we were wondering if you want any advice from us.
Nah, just I'll need to, maybe nearer the time, I'll need to refresh my memory on the rules, because that's going to be the bit that's difficult. But maybe you guys can help me with the tactics and all that at the change events. Maybe I'm not going to do any dancing or singing, but you can kind of whisper some tactics into my ear about how to beat Ruud or Monfils or the public enemy.
Let's touch on your game style as well, because in UTS it's really important. So what would you say the biggest aspects of your game are?
I'm obviously a tall guy, and often tall guys, they have good serves, but they maybe don't move as well and they don't return as well. I feel like that's kind of an advantage I have, is that when I was younger I was always very small, so I developed all my skills running around the court, trying to work hard for the points. So I'd say now I'm sort of a big guy who's very powerful on the court, but is also able to do things that maybe other tall players can't do. I move pretty well, and I think off both sides I'm solid. So I'm just trying to work on coming forwards a bit more and trying to play more aggressively, and sort of working on that game style and developing a more complete player.
Most players are typically surprised by how tired they get very fast. That's the one thing that I think Taylor Fritz particularly was so shocked at how quickly he got tired during the format. That probably doesn't help you, but just be aware of that.
Well, if you're winning, run down the clock. If you've got 15 seconds, don't just play.
Yeah, well, you don't want to feel like you're playing catch up, you know, because that's obviously tough.
And if you can win 3 of your 4 cards at least, I mean, most players will win 2 of their cards.
We saw you get one. So it's 4 quarters of 8 minutes,
Yeah.
and you get one card each quarter.
Yeah.
And can that go against you as well?
No, you don't ever lose 3 points.
No.
You can
Okay,
only
okay.
win 3 points
All right,
in a row.
Question about your earlier tennis memories. Like,
Yes.
when did you know you were good?
I think when I was younger, when I was playing a lot of the junior events, under 10, under 12, I won a lot of the matches. And I always knew I had like a lot of skill and a lot of talent, and I was quite a good competitor. But I feel like as the levels go up, you realise there's so many amazing players, and it's not as easy as just going and winning Wimbledon or something like that. You have to put in so much work over the years. And I think when I was 16, I kind of realised after I did well at Junior Wimbledon, hang on a minute, like I could actually be a top player myself. But before then, I was kind of playing football, tennis, cricket, other sports as well. So I was kind of a normal guy going to school. But I suppose when I was like 15, 16, I really thought that I could be very good.
Now, injuries have been a bit tricky in the last couple of years, but then you've had a pretty good year this year. So how have you handled those injuries now, kind of with the shift into the level that you're playing?
Last year I had a real whirlwind year. Like I went from 320 in the world to 48 or something like that, or 42 I finished the year. And then I was at a career high ranking of 38 earlier on this year, and kind of from there really everything went wrong until Wimbledon. I was trying to come back all the time and play and compete, but my body was just breaking down. I just wasn't able to play how I wanted to or be on court as much as I wanted to. So it was really difficult seeing lots of tennis going on and seeing all the people doing so well from a competitive point of view. And those 2 months in between sort of May and August, I had to really work hard and figure out all the problems that I was having with my body and off the court and on the court, how my life's sort of going. And I really put in the work and tried to work on the issues I had. And ever since I come back, I've found really good consistency and have been able to compete, pretty relentlessly. So very happy with where I'm at, and hopefully I can carry that on into next year.
Well, a specific moment was the fact that you made your first ATP Tour final.
Yep.
Now, would you say that's been one of your biggest highlights of your career so far?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd say maybe three of the biggest highlights have been in the last half of this year. Obviously making the last 16 of US Open. It's the first I've ever gone in a slam, and it's obviously different with it being 5 sets in such a big stage like that. Making my Davis Cup debut in Manchester against Australia in front of 13,000 people in my home environment was really special to me. Obviously, like you said, making the final of an ATP just gives me so much confidence to keep on working hard and improving and doing all the things I'm doing.
What does that mean specifically for you in terms of confidence?
Yeah, that I can do it at the highest level. I think for a while I've been trying to prove to myself that I'm physically capable enough. My tennis is good enough, and I think I made a couple of semis before and didn't quite get to a final. And this time I was coming off a challenger win, so I played 5 matches, and then I did it again, another 5 matches in 10 matches in 11 days. So I was able to really put in some great performances, and I think that only fills me with confidence that I can do it on the bigger stages.
So UTS it's a bit of a party atmosphere.
Yes.
In terms of the crowd, because it's not traditional. The crowd doesn't have to be quiet during the points or at any time. So how much will you use the crowd to your advantage, and how do you go about doing that?
Ultimately, the crowd just wants to be entertained. They want to watch great tennis, and I think if you do that, then they're going to support either way. So I think it's nice to have a home crowd. Hopefully they'll get behind me and not show too much support to the opposite player, a bit like kind of Davis Cup. And yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun playing in front of a lot of people in hometown.
Yeah, final question, Jack. What's your message to your opponents for the UTS Grand Final?
I guess I'm coming for you guys. I'm ready to play, ready to compete hard, and I'm looking forward to getting on court with you all.